Mike Cardano with Roto Experts in the Fantasy Sports Network, back with our market share report. This is the segment where we review the previous week's on-field action, highlighting the wide receivers who earned the most targets, the running backs that received the most carries, and we take a look at which players saw the most chances to score inside the red zone. Pay special attention when you hear me say the words market share, because this is a metric that we're going to use to identify which players are getting the highest percentage of their team's play calling. And since we know that opportunity breeds success, well, you're going to see just how valuable this information can be in your decision-making process as you go and compose your tournament rosters. Now, the top of last week's leaderboard was loaded with elite production. T.Y. Hilton led all wide receivers with 19 targets and converted those into 39 DraftKings points. Julio Jones and A.J. Green each topped 15 targets and 40 points. Every player that received 15 targets or more this week scored at least 25 points. Now, of the 24 players that received at least 10 targets, 21 of them scored in double digits. Jimmy Graham was the biggest disappointment with just 5.5 points, certainly not meeting his $6,500 price tag. Cecil Shorts and Delaney Walker were also big disappointments, finishing in the single digits. In total, 24 players saw at least 10 targets with an average score of 23.5 DraftKings points, with 6 players that saw at least 15 targets averaging 36.1. Once again, if you were able to correctly identify players receiving double-digit targets, well, you had a great chance of recouping value on their price tag. DeMarco Murray regained his throne atop the carries leaderboard with 32 carries last week. He also appears on our targets leaderboard with 10, giving him a bountiful 42 opportunities on the day, which he converted into 41 touches and 40.8 DraftKings points. Murray's volume has been incredible all season, and one of the main reasons he's been consistently elite all year. Le'Veon Bell was next with 26 carries and 32 touches with 50.5 DraftKings points. 10 running backs earned at least 20 carries, with 7 of them topping 20 points. Trey Mason, LeGarrette Blount, and Latavius Murray were the 3 disappointments. Those 3 running backs combined for just 4 receptions, which hurt each player's floor. There was once again a big cutoff in production with those running backs that earned less than 20 carries. Those running backs that received 20 or more carries averaged 24.1 DraftKings points, while those that saw 15 to 19 carries averaged just 11.7. In total, 19 running backs saw at least 15 carries in Week 14, averaging 18.2 DraftKings points. This continues the trend of timeshare running backs in the NFL and places a bigger premium on predicting the most opportunities. The final leaderboard we're going to show you this week is one that we use to evaluate which players are seeing the most opportunities in the red zone. 11 of the 18 players who saw 4 red zone opportunities scored a touchdown in Week 14, with 4 players scoring at least twice from inside the red zone. DeMarco Murray was the king of the leaderboards this week, leading all players with 10 red zone opportunities. Le'Veon Bell has seen more consistent usage in the red zone in recent weeks, and his touchdown production has quickly vaulted alongside the increased opportunities. And C.J. Anderson scored 3 touchdowns from inside the red zone this week, bolstering a rather middling day in the yardage department. 18 players in total saw at least 4 red zone opportunities, and on average scored 20.58 DraftKings points. For more in-depth analysis on market share leaders for the rest of the season, head on over to RotoExperts.com and sign up for the Daily Fantasy Football Package. Our experts, Drew Dinkmeyer and Mike Leone, get you ready each week with strategy articles, site-specific cheat sheets, and recommendations that highlight the top value plays each week and send you updated injury information right to your inbox with our lineup alerts feature. Become a member of the Daily Fantasy Rundown team at RotoExperts.com by signing up for the Daily Fantasy Football Package. For Roto Experts and the Fantasy Sports Network, I'm Mike Cardano.